long and prosperous.
I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Shut up and take my money.
By Grabthar's hammer. What a saving.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
X never, ever marks the spot.
Winter is coming. You're a wizard, Harry.
Stay a while and listen.
Hey, old Kermit the Frog.
Your ties are cool.
So say we all.
This is a Play on Nerds. Welcome to episode 240 of A Play on Nerds. Oh my gosh, 240. We are coming at you with a special Valentine's Day episode. But before we get to what we're covering, I'm one of your hosts, Jarman.
And I'm the other host, Cupid Steve.
I like that.
I mean, I'm here in a diaper and with a short bow. That's
I'm calling the cops.
I'm a very distinct D&D character.
Oh, that's true. What would that be? Maybe like a bard of some sort? A strange
an Aasimar, because then he can grow little wings and stuff.
Yes.
Divine and whatnot. And rogue, like murdering people with love. Sneak attack, love.
Sneak attack, love. You're in love now. But to celebrate...
That's me. I'm Cupid Steve.
Cupid Steve. To celebrate Valentine's Day, we are going to review a classic Valentine's Day film full of love and joy and blood and guts
romance,
and gore.
Some smooching.
My Bloody Valentine from 1981, the original, not the remake. So we're excited to talk about it. It's going to be fun.
Oh, boy.
But before we get to that, Steve, what have you been up to since we last chatted?
We have not really done a whole lot. And the reality is it was extremely cold here and extremely snowy, and roads took a long time to kind of get to where they needed to be. It's been too cold to go out and do anything. So we've been kind of homebodying and just laying low. But luckily this last on Tuesday, we had like a 54 degree day, a little bit of sunshine, and we finally got some decent melt and some stuff cleared, and it became much more bearable to walk around. However, it melted all this water and then immediately got cold again. So now they're just giant sheets of ice just everywhere, though.
Suddenly
only everywhere. Yes, sort of. So out of nowhere, you're just like huge 3/4 inch thick sheets of ice, including next to our house.
Oh, God. It's dangerous.
Yeah, we just don't use the side alley at all during the winter.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And driving, I'm guessing, is scary.
So just finally break from the cold. What is that, huh?
And driving is scary, I'm guessing.
No, not as much as like luckily the roads, after a few days with the amount of people that are driving on them, the amount of salt and stuff, they get okay within a few days. But this rain finally, like, some of the edges are really pushed in because of where the snow is. Lanes are narrow in a few places, like very narrow in a few places. And so it was nice to have those a little bit wider and not have to fight people as hard on my drive.
Well, good.
Question, I know this isn't rude, but what are you up to for Valentine's Day?
Well, we have a new baby, so probably not much besides maybe a glass of wine for each, me and the wife, and watching a rom-com while changing some diapers. That's probably what we'll be doing.
That is a fair thing to be doing. That makes sense to me.
We'll make the best of it. What about you guys?
Tomorrow I've got the day off work because I'm going to be the adult volunteer at Dilly's Valentine's Day party at school.
Cute.
So I get to run the movement game is what they call it. So we're doing that. Anna's doing Joyce's party. And then we're going to take both of them. We're going to drop them at my mom and dad's. We're going to go to a game night after that. And then the next day, before we pick the kids up, we're going to go to Hot Pot.
Oh, so the kids are staying overnight at grandparents' house.
Yeah. Overnight grandma and grandpa's. It's going to be real good.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, game night and then romantic lunch.
That sounds lovely.
Of hot meat.
Because you always want to get it on after eating a lot of hot meat.
That's right. Definitely want to go for a walk. That's the. Yeah, what have you been up to, Dad?
Well, as the audience might be able to hear, there's a baby currently screaming in the background. from having a lovely bath behind me in the room behind me. My studio is in the upstairs of the house, and that's where the second bathroom is. And that's the only place that has a tub. So he's actually in the tub right now with mom and grandma. And he's hating every minute of it. But yeah, it's been,
I'm not gonna lie. With the what I'm getting, it sounds like you could own like an angry monkey or like an angry macaque. Like he basically is an angry macaque right now, throwing his crap everywhere and peeing on things. So anyways, just a lot of baby and just getting used to that and getting the schedule together. Got daycare lined up starting on March 9th. So that's going to be great having him away for the whole day and, socializing with other kids, and he'll be fatter and healthier by then. So I'll feel better, let him out of the house. But yeah, just getting used to fatherhood. Fun times. Well, good. And still, you're almost at the good part.
Almost so they can look at me and interact, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, like where they want to be around you. Genuinely, they recognize that you are close to them and smell right.
I'm the thing that gives them food and cleans their diaper. That's what they have to know.
Yes, you are that vague shape who does that.
But otherwise, I think that brings us to some nerdy news.
It's time for Nerdy News.
All right, this week the cheeky name for my cheeky story is Monkey Make-Believe. Well, scientists studied a bonobo named Kanzi. Kanzi is a specifically gifted bonobo who scored very high on like intelligence and reasoning tests and that kind of stuff. And scientists studied to see if bonobos or other primates can not only imagine things, but can they play pretend? So the way that they did this is scientists took Kanzi and a set of empty bowls, cups, and containers and pretended to take a pitcher of juice and pour pretend juice into a cup and only poured it into one, and then asked Kanzi which cup had the juice in it. And Kanzi continuously got it right, even after they took the cup and moved it. So when choosing between two cups, Kanzi was like, of course I want the one with the imaginary juice in it. So then scientists had to take this a step further, where they did the thing where they mimed the juice and put it poured the juice into a cup. And then they took real juice and they put it, and Kanzi was like, yeah, I want the real juice. So really what this demonstrates is imagination, which was once thought purely to be sort of a human trait. And they're starting to reason that it may have an evolutionary reason for continuing in the species. And right now their leading theory is just like little kids play pretend to be in practice situations, or pretending to use tools, or pretending to be pushing a lawnmower, or even just with friends. It may serve as the same purpose in the youth of the wild, as a time to pretend and play the dangerous, terrible situations you will be in eventually as an animal.
Yeah, like pretending to hunt and playing pretend to be, a fighter to fend off enemies and that kind of thing. Makes sense.
Yeah. So they believe it may have a biological imperative.
Those bonobos, man, they crazy. One of the only 3 species that have sex for pleasure, I think.
That's right. And that is Monkey Make-Believe. All right. And that takes us to our main segment, My Bloody Valentine. And it was just my pleasure to write the summary on this one.
Once upon a time, on a sad Valentine, in a place known as Annie Girl of Mine, a legend began. Every woman and man would always remember the time, and those who remained were never the same. You could see the fear in their eyes. Once every year, as the 14th draws near, there's a hush all over the town. For the legend, they say, on a Valentine's Day is a curse that'll live on and on, and no one will know as the years come and go of the horror from long time ago.
We start out with Masked Miner and a blonde getting freaky down in the mines. She caresses his mask and he stabs her into a spike on the wall. We cut to Thursday, February 12th. Everything's very conveniently labeled in this movie. We meet a group of rough-handed miners. They immediately shower together and head out for a night on the town. The big Valentine's dance is at hand in their little burg. They go to see their lady friends who are getting ready for the big event. Everyone seems to have a girl except for one sad man in blue plaid. I didn't really write anyone's names down just so you know. Everyone's got a descriptor.
I think it was TJ.
TJ or DJ, maybe. A J of some sort. We meet the mayor who runs the mines. He also is the owner of the mines or runs the mines. The town sheriff or chief. He gets a Valentine. He opens it up. It's a human heart in a box. Meanwhile, the miners and their gals hit the bar. We hear the story of the Valentine's Day Dance Massacre, where 1960 or collapse, whatever. In 1965, miners died due to negligence in the workplace. But one of the miners managed to survive, but he was twisted and mentally broken. But a year after, he returned and he killed the two negligent bosses that were responsible for the accident. He comes back every few years to strike his vengeance, or that's what urban legend says. Mm-hmm. The miners all drink and sing, but somewhere the killer is watching. At a laundromat, ooh! He leaves a fresh Valentine's box. A lady from the mayor's office finds it, reads the Valentine. Roses are red, violets are blue. One is dead, and so are you. And she is murdered with a pickaxe. The chief calls to inquire about the miner that was committed some 20 years ago to a facility, and they can't find any record of him. He's either dead or been let go. The sheriff then goes to look at the laundromat for Mabel, but he smells something cooking and finds it's Mabel roasting in an open dryer. Ooh. That was a late Christmas joke. So they decide to cover it up and not talk to anyone about it until they have answers, but they find a Valentine shoved inside of her body. The dance is canceled and no parties either, he shakes his finger. The miners get ready for a tussle. The sad blue man in plaid and the vaguely handsome blonde guy, they both want the same gal. Mm-hmm. That's the summation for the entire B plot. Little boy blue plaid makes his move, but blonde lady is mad that he left town. He went to the West Coast, but then they smooch anyway. Late that night, a character I can't identify because it's too dark walks home, but someone's watching, whoever that is who's walking. While the sheriff patrols the town kook who told the story of the Valentine's Day collapse earlier rigs a fake miner to scare people, only to be murdered by the real one. It's Valentine's Day, another conveniently labeled part of the movie. The dance is canceled, but the miners and their gals intend to party. Beer is drank. Lemons are juggled for one point. The chief receives a fresh Valentine's. But it's just chocolates. But it's from terrible baked Mabel, which is extra sad. Inside, the party is bumping, but outside, wild dogs are ripping at the heart in a box that the chief finds. Back at the party, one of the couple sneaks off for some whoopee. When the guy goes to get beer, the woman is left behind and is murdered, but not before she is scared by many, many clothes. The guy finds her murdered, and then he is also almost murdered. Back at the party, one of the girls really wants to go down into the mine, and everyone's real into it. They grab some brews and head to their deaths, presumably, either through murder or negligence. Back at the party, people are turning up dead. People panic, and everyone flees. Blue plaid man makes a plan with blonde guy. They set aside their differences and go down to get the people headed down into the mine, including blonde girl they both like. The killer picks them off one at a time down in the mine, with two splitting off to look for a missing couple while the other wait. Finally, the killer shows himself stalking in the darkness. The others wander the tunnel for a while looking for escape. This is all very dark and hazy part of the film. The chief finally arrives, making his way down as the folks below reach the elevator trying to get up, but the controls are smashed. They've got to climb a massive ladder. They climb up really high, and then a body falls and scares them. And so for some reason, instead of climbing up still, they go all the way back down the ladder, meaning the entire series of events that we just watched was useless and did nothing. I didn't understand the logic.
I don't either. Yeah.
At all. He knows a shortcut through the mines, but the blonde dude gets presumably drowned and cut down in some way. Blue Plaid splits off for some reason, and the girls hear a commotion. But then they hear the breathing of the miner. The girls press on, but the miner kills one of them. Only Blonde Lady remains until Blue Plaid Man, who it turns out is not dead, arrives, and they never really cover what happened to him. He's bleeding, though. Up above, the authorities arrive. The two make it to the mine carts to take them out, but the miner hops in after them, Indiana Jones Temple of Doom style. Blue Plaid Man fights him off, shovel to pickaxe combat, and the fight choreography is very poor in this part of the film.
Surprising.
The two make their way into an abandoned part of the mine. Wall supports are destroyed in the scuffle as the tunnel becomes more and more unstable. But then the big reveal, the killer is Axel. Wait, was that blonde guy?
Yeah, it's blonde guy.
Oh, he has the thing around his face. I thought that was one of the other guys who I think disappeared without, like, we never knew his fate earlier. The twist is even bigger than I thought. He was a little boy when he watched his father murdered by the original miner, and logic from there. They collapse the mine on him, presumably dead. The police arrive and they make a really big effort to dig out the collapsed tunnel. And the big climax comes, or maybe it's the moment before that, when it turns out he's still alive, bleeding out and cursing the town. And she has to run back and see him. It's real weird. Now that he's the blonde guy, it makes a little more sense to me.
Yeah, why she wanted to see him
but
so bad.
But even then, not a ton more sense, though. Not a bunch. Unclear is literally the last word of my summary. So, Jarman, had you seen this or the new one?
I saw the new one in 3D when it came out.
Whoa!
Back in 2009. I was living in Atlanta.
That's painful and great.
Me and Patrick were living together, I think, at the time with my ex and this other weird dude in this house together. But every Sunday or something, Patrick and I would go out to the movie theater and see a movie together, just the two of us on a little man date. And we'd see horror movies typically. And we saw this one in 3D. And I remember I had just started watching Supernatural, so I was excited that Jensen Ackles was in it, the new one.
Jensen Ackles, yeah.
But the old one I had never seen, and I think it is surprisingly a little better quality than the new one. The new one was fine, but it was just kind of uninteresting and kind of generic. This one is, I think, very unique and different. It's strange. It's like in a mine, and it's a real mine they film in, so that's pretty cool. It felt different. Have you seen this before?
No, and I was only vaguely aware of the new one.
Yeah, the new one's fun. There's more boobs in the new one.
Well, now I have to watch it.
And if you're watching in 3D, it's pretty exciting. The 3D boobs coming out of the screen.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. What was really cool, though, is the first date comes on the screen. It says Thursday, February 12th, which is literally today. It's Thursday, February 12th.
Ooh.
I was like, oh no, is it all happening again? Oh my gosh.
That's right. We'll know if we get murdered.
You'll know why. Very Canadian, this movie. It was filmed in Nova Scotia, but you hear the accents throughout, the heavy sorry, is really just sticks out pretty far. But yeah, it was. I loved you calling him the man in blue, or was you said the
blue plaid or little boy blue plaid. Blue plaid man, blonde guy, blonde girl.
They said his name the most, the plaid guy. They called him TJ over and over again, but everyone else, I don't know what their names are. I don't remember any of their names.
Yeah, I think there was a thing where I was like, everyone's happy except for Blue Plaid, and it was before they had said any names, and that's how he just got labeled the rest of the time.
It's not important what his name is. Let's be honest.
Everyone's drinking and having fun except for that one sad man in Blue Plaid.
I will say this is hard to film because, man, they filmed it in a real mine, and there was no like CGI going on. There was like a real mine car. Like real mine elevator. Like that's why it looked really gritty and good in that regard. I'll give it that much. I don't know. That was kind of cool.
I would agree. The production value was higher than this film deserved.
Very possibly.
They found the right location and someone let them do whatever the hell they needed to.
Mm-hmm. I have some trivia on that later, but
there were some cool design choices in that, like the workman's hooks for their outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And then the spooking her and her running and the miner getting her. That was like a well-constructed horror scene.
It was creepy.
Using something that would be real. It was creepy, built some good tension. Not all the scenes were like that. Sometimes the killer just stepped out of nowhere and stabbed you.
Yeah, not very exciting in that regard. Yeah. I thought it was really cool gore design. I'm not a big gore guy, but he stuck the lady on like the shower spigot, and then the shower came out of her mouth when she was dead.
Yeah.
That was pretty creative and gross.
Yeah. And someone else gets their head shoved through a spike at one point. Mm-hmm. A lot of chest impales in there.
Yeah. Got a big guy with a pickaxe and a gas mask is pretty scary. It's pretty good.
That's true. So yeah, some things I liked. I didn't hate all the acting. It wasn't great, but they weren't
terrible.
Distractingly bad for the most. There were one or two of the side guys where I'm like, I can't wait for that guy to be dead.
Yeah, the comic relief guy was really annoying.
The comic relief guy was real bad and stuck around too long.
Oh, I agree. I really liked the bigger guy with the mustache. He was actually really good. I liked him.
Yeah, he really was sort of like the center of the buddy aspect. Like he really was the one who sold the social aspect.
But like I like how he's like everyone likes him. He's not inept. He's like a capable guy. He's reliable. He has got a hot girlfriend, and he was like my favorite character. And then like I wish he was the lead of the movie instead of Blue Plaid guy who was really boring.
Yeah, true. They could have been swapped and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But an okay film. I don't think I'll ever watch it again, but I don't have like a ton of terrible bashing things to say about it. Had some pacing issues, but there were a lot of murders. Like,
yeah,
it's not like they drug it out. It was someone was getting killed. There was a countdown to the big one. Like in that way, they drove it well.
I feel like they could have benefited from a clear direction for the killer and why he's killing everyone because they have a party. Just because that's the day that he had to eat all his friends in the mine, so he's mad that they're having parties. Like what? Like this doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that was strange. But yeah, the logic was unclear.
Yeah.
Like, and he saw his dad murdered, and now he's gonna murder everyone because
why?
Like,
the older I get, the more I'm like how dumb young people are and how dumb I was as a young person. Like everyone's just trying to get laid and think they're cool and how unimportant all that is in the scheme of things. And it causes people to die by slashers. So just don't try to be cool. Just be yourself and you won't get killed by a slasher.
Yeah. Unless being murdered is cool now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's right. All right. You got some trivia?
I do. So, some of it ties in what we just talked about, but in an interview with The Terror Trap, the director, George Mihalka, said the shooting location in Sydney Mines, Nova Scotia was chosen because of its rustic atmosphere and appearance. But when the locals found out that a movie was going to be shot there, they're like, ooh, exciting. So they decided to spend tens of thousands of dollars to have the mine painted and cleaned. And this, of course, diminished the reason that the production wanted the location to begin with because it looked decrepit and messed up. And so the director said that they had to spend $75,000 of the film's budget to return the mine to its original state for shooting to make it look dirty again, which I thought that was hilarious. The film was shot in authentic mines, which are often as much as 900 feet underground. Only certain lighting devices could be used in the mines because of the potential danger of methane explosions. So that's scary. Since then, the mine has been used. The mine used that was called the Hanniger mine is actually called the Princess Colliery mine in real life, but it has been dismantled, buried, and turned into a park/museum. One of the makeup designers once shipped a dummy corpse to the set in a coffin, which caused much alarm when it arrived at Canadian Customs for the set. There's this awesome folk ballad that plays over the ending credits, which I listened to because it had lyrics talking about what happens in the movie. It was composed by Paul Zaza, who's the composer for the film, but as an afterthought. And there's an uncredited singer who does the vocals for the ballad. He's a Scottish Canadian named John McDermott. And it was called The Ballad of Harry Warden, the guy who originally did the Cannibalism and Killing. It was written because the movie producers wanted a song that could be a hit single on a vinyl record, but they ran out of funding. So they had the guy write this song like last minute, and he wrote it in like a few days, and it was on the soundtrack. The director approached Paramount in 2001, 20 years later, with a synopsis for a sequel, but due to the poor box office records of the original film, they declined. And eventually the rights were just up for grabs. And that's when Lionsgate bought it. And by 2009, they made a remake of it. Producers Andre Link and John Dunning said the film's origin came about when they sought to find a holiday which a slasher film had not been set on during the slasher flick boom of the early 1980s. They settled on Valentine's Day. And in order to keep the idea from being copied, they made the film's working title The Secret, though they had the release title in mind the whole time. So they wanted to make a Valentine's Day film just because no one else had made one about Valentine's Day before. Originally, the death of Mike and Harriet was supposed to be shown on screen, and that's the couple that goes off to like an engine room to have sex. Not the ones with the clothes, but the ones that got impaled by a big spike.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the elaborate sequence showed the miner guy, the killer, drilling an auger into the couple as they had sex. But the MPAA rejected the scene outright, and it was completely cut from the film. And unlike the other murder sequences, which were edited down, they just made this one completely cut. That's why he walks in and sees them already impaled on some kind of weird spike. And that footage is out there somewhere, but is yet to be restored, and it's not released on any kind of release of My Bloody Valentine. So it's out there somewhere, this elaborate scene of him like drilling into them as they're having sex. So that is My Bloody Valentine. So, Steve, I got a little game for you, Valentine's Day related.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
We're going to play Valentine's Day 20 questions. We're going to have Steve guess what Valentine's date am I thinking of that a couple could go on for Valentine's Day. It could be conventional, it could be unconventional, but I'm thinking of one particular date, and he has 20 questions to figure out what that date is.
All right. So, does the date involve food and drink?
No.
Okay. Does the date involve an activity where you have to leave your house, like leave a residence?
Yes.
Okay. Is the activity a sport of some sort?
No.
Even loosely defined? Okay. So you go out, there's no food or drink. Does this take place outdoors?
Yes.
So it's not a picnic because there's no food. You're just, are you typically overly tired at the end of whatever this activity is?
You very well could be. Yeah.
Man. Does it involve a group of people or just the two of you?
It could be either. But you don't have to have a group of people. It could just be the two of you.
You said it's not a sports thing?
Not a sports thing.
Outdoor activity coming to. Does it involve water?
Sometimes. I'll clarify. You're not. It doesn't involve the water directly. No.
Okay.
That could be misleading, so I don't want to mislead you.
All right. Man, I don't know. I give up.
Already? You got plenty of questions left.
I know, but I don't know what else to add. Like, I don't even know how to narrow this shit down. Are you holding a object in your hand for this activity?
Yes.
but not a piece of sports equipment because it's not her sport. Is it out in what would be called the wilderness, or is this something you would do in like a neighborhood? Is this something that does happens in a neighborhood?
Not a neighborhood, no. You need a lot of space.
Okay. Is this something that happens in like a local park or like a county park?
It could be a park, yeah. A big space. Giving you a little
okay. Is it going for a hike and the thing in your hand is a pole?
No.
That's my guess. All right, I got nothing then. That was my official guess.
You're getting there.
Going for a hike.
So it is outside in a big place, bungee jumping.
Oh, man. I like the good call on the water thing, though.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to confuse them. There could be water there, but it's not involved in the activity, so I didn't want to make that
Okay,
confusing.
so I have to remember that some of these are going to be dates that I would never, ever do.
Me neither. You wouldn't catch me dead bungee jumping.
All right, do I get another, or is that it?
That's it. Well, you want to try one more? You want to try one more?
Do you have a second?
I have a second.
Okay. Does this take place outdoors?
No.
Does it involve food?
No.
Okay, indoors, no food. Is it a sports type activity?
No.
Do you make something like an art or craft?
Good question, but no.
So you don't make anything. Is there a game involved? I know I said sport, but like a game, something with a competitive nature. Is it a team thing?
No.
This is individual. Do you win something? Is there a potential to win something?
Sometimes.
Okay.
That isn't the goal, really, but there can be.
It's not the goal. Well, there went like half my shit. Is this predominantly played by old ladies?
No. That wouldn't be a very fun Valentine's Day date.
Well, I was thinking bingo. Buying scratchers and drinking foaties. That's the answer. I found it. Okay. Indoors, competitive, but not sport. Individual.
Or two people, just not a team.
Not a team thing. Is there... Do you need any sort of special equipment to play the game?
Yes.
That is at the center of this thing. Is it something? Do you have a pencil?
No.
In this activity. Okay, so you're not writing down a score. One or two people. Special equipment. Do you wear gloves?
No.
For whatever this thing is. Do you wear something on your chest?
No, I see where you're going with that though, but no.
Yeah, I know. It's like, maybe. Nothing sport-like, competition, individual.
And I will have a hint if you want one before you give up.
Yeah, give me a hint. Special equipment.
Well, here's a small hint. You would enjoy this activity with your wife. It's not like bungee jumping.
Yeah, but the not sport thing is so confusing. Is it an escape room?
No. That's a good guess.
All right, I give up. I got nothing.
It's the arcade.
You beat me. The arcade. I guess you could win something. We win some things lots when we do arcades.
Oh, you've like studied the games. Like you like to do those games. That win stuff.
Anna and I are arcade sharks, admittedly.
Well, that was Valentine's Day Date 20 questions. That brings us some radical recommends.
I recommend If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
What do you recommend I do?
I recommend pleasant.
All right. So this week, my radical recommend is regular olive oil, not extra virgin.
Yes.
It is more refined. It's not as like pronounced and peppery as olive oil, but it has similar fat profiles, though arguably EVOO is better for you as far as oil goes. But it has a much higher smoke point than EVOO. Extra virgin is about 360. Regular is about 425, depending on the range you get. So I've been using it because we've been trying to use better oils, better fats when we're cooking. But my issue with olive oil is that I just couldn't saute with it. It just could not get hot enough to do what I needed to do. And so that's when my dietitian recommended regular olive oil, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It is one of the best cooking oils I've ever experienced. And I recommend it to everybody if you hate EVOO. Rachel Ray ruined an entire generation by convincing them that extra virgin olive oil was the best oil to cook with.
Yeah, it's more like a dipping oil than anything. Then it's not a cooking oil like it shouldn't be. I totally agree.
No, you could, and that's the thing. You can do really low simmer stuff with it, no problem. Sure. But as soon as you try to hit any real heat to get any color, god damn.
Yeah, smoke everywhere. Your shirt stinks. It's terrible. It's all over the place.
And then as soon as you burn the oil, everything you cook in it just tastes like burnt olive oil.
Yep.
No, it's awful.
I've been going to Costco and getting avocado oil because it's like so expensive everywhere else, but they have it really cheap at Costco. And avocado oil is even a little bit higher than regular olive oil for burning the burning point. Not by too much, because I've noticed they burn around the same temperature. But
that's what we get in our spray bottle.
Nice.
Our spray bottle is avocado.
Very nice. Yeah. But yeah, I want to get some of this specialized super high heat oil, but I forgot what it's made out of. But it's just like you can put it like super high and it'll still not burn. I'm like, I'm going to get some of that, but it's super expensive.
Grapeseed oil is really high up there.
Oh, okay. And there's
grapeseed can get into the high 400s.
Nice.
Pretty easy.
There's a big movement amongst influencers saying seed oils are bad for you, but I've seen the deep dives. There's no science behind that. Seed oils are not bad for you. They're fine. You can eat seed oils. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And even then, it's not even all seed oils that they're proclaiming. It's like some processed seed oils.
Sure. Yeah. Basically, don't worry about anything in moderation. It's fine.
Just know that it's all wrapped in plastic and you're eating that too.
You're all going to die of cancer from microplastics.
That is correct. Statistically, it's going to get a bunch of us.
But a good recommendation, and that brings us to some trailer reviews. All right, so today we're talking about Disclosure Day, which I didn't think we talked about in our episode because it might have been during our hiatus this came out. And it's the next big Spielberg film, and he's had a kind of a fascination with aliens and UFOs for a long time with AI and well, that's not really UFOs, but then Close Encounters and ET and all this stuff. So this is his next alien thing. And disclosure is big on everyone's mind because there's been so many hearings about disclosure and the government knowing more than they say. And this one has Emily Blunt and a bunch of other actors you'll recognize. And it seems to be kind of hinting at shapeshifters that are here on Earth that some people that don't know they're aliens maybe could be possibly what this it's about. And they find out that they are and they want to disclose it to the public. Looks creepy. Looks action-packed. Steve, what'd you think of the trailer?
I read it a little bit different, though similar thematically. I read this not as shapeshifters, but as like remote control. At one point, they show a guy with like things and then a split of some other character, maybe Emily Blunt, doing that.
Right.
So maybe like remote viewing, remote experience of some sort. So I think similar vein, similar thematically. I just read what was happening a little different. I like this idea of like, it's like the last day before the governments of the world can't hide X anymore.
Right.
The alien presence, the AI that's taken over, whatever the hell it is. I hope it's aliens. I'll be really disappointed if it's AI. I'm just going to give up on Spielberg.
Or some spiritual thing. I'll be like, ugh.
Oh, no. It better be aliens. I will lose my mind.
Me too.
But no, I'm excited. Like, maybe Spielberg's getting old, man. Like, maybe one of these films is going to be his final hurrah. We just don't know which one yet.
And he hasn't had one in a while that critics have really loved. So hopefully this will be one that they go crazy for.
He got away from sci-fi. Like, he got all serious on us.
Yeah. Too many prestige movies. It's like, don't do that crap.
You know what he should do next? Jaws 5. Just really show everyone he still has it.
Maybe this is secretly a Jaws film. It's Jaws in space.
Get Michael Caine back from Jaws 4.
They say said Jaws. Jaws, he has big jaws. And I'm Michael Caine.
Can I have my brandy now?
We needed a bigger boat. He's like 90 years old, falling over.
But no, I'm excited for this. I'll see it regardless. Just because big time alien movie with Emily Blunt. Yeah, man, sign me up.
And also, they've had interviews with Spielberg where he talks about some very deep dive stuff over the last few decades. He's had been interviews talking about like niche alien stuff that he knows about, conspiracy theories that I look up all the time. He knows all that stuff. So he's deep into this culture and this lore. Yeah. So this better be aliens, and it's going to be interesting to watch. So I'm excited for it. What do you give this one, Steve?
I'm going to give this Raul Julia. Here's sort of a commotion in his room. He's in bed. He looks up. Gary, is that you? Oh, God damn it. And he reaches over and he fumbles for the lamp. And he finally clicks it on. And there's a deer with a cardinal on its antler sitting in his room. And he goes, Gary, get them out of my fucking room. And Gary pops up and goes, sorry, Raul. Come on, Bruce. Let's go.
Letty.
He ushers the deer out of Raul Julia's room.
I'm going to give this one Raul Julia connecting the dots over many years and finally figuring out that Gary Busey must be an alien from another planet, and then finding the sad realization when he gets the blood test results back that no, he's just a human and he's just that crazy all on his own.
It all pays off.
It all pays off. That's the sad reality. That is Gary Busey.
That's right.
He's gingerbread dead man or whatever. Ginger dead man.
Yes, that movie also occurred. Well, that brings us to the end of episode 240 of A Play on Nerds. Join us next time for 241, where we bring you Screenplay Replay, where we come up with sequels, reboots, and rethoughts of your favorite movies. We did it for the holidays. Now we're going to bring you a special regular edition and see how it goes. Come on back for that and be our nerdy audience. We will keep on coming back to be your nerdy co-hosts. Thanks again, Internet.
Stay nerdy, my friends.
Thanks for listening to A Play on Nerds. Feel free to email feedback at aplayonnerds.com with all your questions or comments.
Shoot us a message on Facebook or Twitter and earn yourself a sweet shout out on the show.
Review us on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts so even more nerds can find us. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, we aren't picky.
Check out our entire back catalog and other offerings at aplayonnerds.com.
And how?